Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, we're back with the Pentium PC, and this time we are bringing the upgrades to their full extent. So I have put a GTX 1660 Super in it. Those can be found on eBay for anywhere between $90 and $110. I called that a $100 average. And so our total upgrade cost now is up to $120. And so we're going to see if spending 5 times as much as the original upgrade budget will net us 5 times the performance in games. So let's go ahead and test that out. Alright, so the first game that we'll be testing is Fallout New Vegas. It's in 4K Ultra right now. I'm not sure why OBS decided to only record a part of the screen for this. It didn't do that with any of the other games, but you know, we make do with what we get, and let's just go ahead and see what kind of performance we get. So as you can see, we're between the low 40s and the 60 FPS cap that I have set on the monitor right now. It's playing pretty smoothly. Just looking around, we're not in combat of course, but it is looking pretty smooth. So let's go ahead and do this little test that I like to run where I just fight the kings and see how it does. Alright, so we're dipping down into the high 30s now. Oh, mid 30s even. So honestly, if you want a more stable performance here, you might put it in 1440p. But it was running fine in 4K, at least for my tastes. That was perfectly playable. But anyways, as you can see, that was 4K Ultra, and it ran pretty well. I was pretty impressed with it. So let's go ahead and move on to our next game. Alright, so here it is in 4K Ultra. It looks a bit like a PowerPoint presentation here, like a slideshow. It didn't play like that, just we didn't have the CPU resources to record it very well, so I apologize for that. But it was running fairly smoothly for me, between the high 30s and the low 50s in the FPS for most of it. Alright, so now we're playing it in 1440p Ultra. And once again, it was looking really choppy in playback, but it ran a lot smoother than this when I was playing it. It's just the unfortunate side of having a Pentium is that you can't really record very well. But this time we were getting between the high 50s and the low 40s. So next in Fallout 76, in all previous attempts in upgrading this Pentium PC, we were never able to make it into game. It would either freeze or crash, so let's see what happens. Alright, so unfortunately, all OBS decided to record here was this still image. But the game actually did run and play, and I was running around the Appalachian Wasteland, getting between the low 50s and low 30s in the FPS, so it was quite playable at 1440p Ultra. We're now going to be trying CS2. Now the reason I'm testing this one is that I actually got a comment from somebody who said that on their Pentium-based PC, games like this won't even open, so I was just genuinely curious if we could make it into a game and play. So as you can see, we made it into the game. It's actually running pretty well, so I was kind of impressed by that. So let's go ahead and play a match, see just how smooth it feels. Now it did appear to freeze here in the recording. It didn't in-game. It's just, once again, our Pentium being not strong enough to record and play at the same time. But overall, that was a pretty smooth experience. I was impressed. Alright, so in conclusion for all of that, is spending 5 times as much when you're trying to upgrade a system like this, does it net you 5 times the performance? I suppose that's sort of eye of the beholder. Is it worth it to you to play in higher resolutions with stable frame rates if you could play it in lower ones? You might be satisfied with lower ones, but to me this was worth it and more. It looked great, it felt better, and I got to play some games that wouldn't even open before. And so if you found this to be helpful or entertaining, I'd ask that you like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.